Hello. So I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to go through my planner system for 2022, and then I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do for 2023 because I'm going to have a little bit of a tweak. So looking at 2022, I have a Hobonichi, and within my Hobonichi, I'll talk a little bit about what I've done, and then I'll talk about what I'm going to do. So in the, I guess, year at a glance or 6 months at a glance, I tracked my exercises for this year. I have a little bit to catch up on for November. I have some to write in. And then getting into the monthly, what I did is for each day, I put in kind of a word or a couple of words that would kind of remind me of something that happened that day. Not everything in here is appropriate. There are some things where if I have a bad day, I comment on it in these notes. And then I also comment on some of my health things. So then getting into the weeklies. So with the weeklies, what I tended to do, and I'm going to fast forward just a little bit because, there we go. I just kind of write down narratively what I do throughout the day, and as things align with time, I will align it with time. And it's nice to go back and just look at some of the social things that we did, or yeah, it's just a nice little memory. I did start off this year with using some stickers, things like that, but I did not keep those up. I also will put in some health stats down here just to keep track of that information. And as the year went on, I did start writing down most recently, just in the last couple of weeks, I guess, the ink that I was using or the pen that I was using, just so I could reference that. So coming into this current week, I have a little bit to fill out for Thanksgiving and the day before, but then I will be all caught up. Now getting into the dailies. So with the turning the page into a new year, I tend not to use that. I did try to set some or write down some fitness information, started with some memories here. But then at the start of the year, and one thing I will kind of share personally is I resigned from a job that I worked at for about 8.5 years at the end of December, and I had a 30-day notice. So the first couple weeks in January, I was wrapping up one job, and then I went right into a new job. But I'm going to flip through these quickly, but I tended to do kind of some time-based tasks here, and then a to-do list over here, and then some notes of things down here. I also was in my last semester of courses for my doctorate, and so you'll see notes in here referencing dissertation work and things I needed to do. I would also put in some kind of highlights of the day that I wanted to be able to flip through and jog my memory. And also put like notes for different committees that I'm on, and I do a pay it forward charity football league. We're about to start a board of directors for that, so if you're interested in participating, let me know. And then as I started my new job, which I started on January 31st, there was a drop off. You know, I would try and come back to it, but I tended to just do kind of little memory keeping pieces, and I really struggled with keeping up with this, just trying to get to know a new job, new role, etc. And so as the time went by, there were chunks of days where I recorded absolutely nothing, and then other days I went back and tried to add things. This is actually when my son had COVID, and then my husband and I got COVID, so I had, you know, some time at home. But, you know, looking at the summer, I really did not keep up with this. And I did try to commit to doing some journaling, and I would do some days and then miss a whole bunch. But coming into the fall, I made it a big priority to journal most days. September was a really hard day. Starting a new, month, I should say, starting a new school year was quite a bit. So it was really October 1st that I really got diligent with journaling every day. And I was able to journal every single day in October and into November. Which then brings us to the new month that's coming up. Now, when I was really struggling with keeping up with my Hobonichi, I realized it wasn't serving me in terms of task management. It was more memory keeping and documenting. So in June, I then reopened up my bullet journal. And so I spent June to current in my bullet journal, mostly going through tasks and projects and some memory keeping and headlines and things like that. So I kept that in the Simply Gilded case right here. Now we are at a point where, well, actually, as of tomorrow, I'm going to move into my new day-free Hobonichi. And for this year, I did get 2 of the day-free Hobonichis because the last time that I ordered one of these, I made it through July in one, and so I thought this year I would get 2. I really like the creative outlet of a bullet journal and being able to not be confined to layouts, but also have the structure of like a monthly calendar and things like that. So what my plan is I'm going to use this 6 month at a glance, and I'm going to, much like I did in the calendar in my Hobonichi Techo, but I'll just write a few words just to jog my memory of what occurred that day, and that way when I'm referencing back in my pages, I can find information that I need pretty quickly. In my line of work, I do actually reference back my notes quite a bit. So I'm thinking a word or small or short phrase, and then maybe even the page number, so that I know where that date is found. And that, or I might just do page ranges up here, and then my monthly, and I've already started building some of this out with the meetings that are already scheduled. I will have the time-based pieces in here. And then getting into the next section, and these are the notes section. They are numbered, and there is this slightly darker line that goes right up here. So each week I'm going to write out what I have scheduled, and then I might even, I didn't do it for this one, but I might even take scheduled tasks or appointments, and then tasks that I want to get done that week, and then start doing the rapid log, daily log that's bullet journal style. Like I said, I've got the page numbers here to reference. The day free has 171 notes pages back here, and it does also have this little guy right here. I'm not very good at going through the pages to make that magic, but so this is going to be my take to work, take wherever I go. I'm going to manage my time, manage my tasks notebook right here. And then I did get a Hobonichi Techo cousin. I have consistently come back to the cousin since 2016. I keep finding my way back to it, so I'm going to purchase it because I will be using it. And I want to really dive into this world of journaling that I've been exploring. And so I do want to keep some things consistent. I like that I'm tracking my workouts on this page. I like that I have the quick memories, but I think what I'm going to do is, instead of it being larger and 1 to 3 words, I may use the boxes and write a sentence to capture the day, or maybe even a news headline or current event or something along those lines. I am going to continue to document my days with just a brief bullet point of what I did. I may pull back in some of the stickers because I do have quite a few from specifically Coffee Monsters Co., and they're just adorable, but also it's a way to use them up. I feel like they're going to waste at this point. So I'll probably pull that in and then continue doing my health stats at the bottom. I did that in 2021 as well, so this would be the 3rd year of tracking those health stats at the bottom. And the health stats are really important. I recently was diagnosed with autoimmune gluten sensitivity, and so this past September, I had a yearly physical, and my doctor commended me on not gaining weight as I adjusted to a strict, very strict gluten-free diet. I have to be strict in that I can't even do trace contaminants processed on same equipment. Otherwise, I do feel the symptoms of my gluten insensitivity. Or sensitivity. Turning the page to a new year. I have never figured out what to do with this page, and it ends up being something that I forget about very quickly. So if you have ideas, I'd love to hear them. And then what I've started doing the last couple of months is doing my currently inked here and tracking when the ink runs out, and then any pens that get added to my collection that I ink up throughout the month, I then also include those. And then I want to keep on with journaling. Journaling has been really helpful. It's nice to process different things going on. It's nice to document. So I would love if I could at least journal the majority of days throughout this year and allow myself that time to be reflective. So that's what I'll do with these pages. And then the piece that I'm adding. So I have a son who is 10, and so what I would like to do is, paired with that journaling, is I would like for he and I to be able to spend some time each day writing down something, kind of something he experienced or something we experienced, and starting to document that. So I got the Hobonichi 5-year, and for those that have not seen this yet, for example, January 2nd, There's a section for 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027. And then there's this space right here, which can be used for additional note-taking or putting in ephemera or pictures or things like that. But I'd like to spend a moment with him each day, and we can come up with something together to put in each box. And then at the end of the 5 years, this is kind of a book of his memories. So that'll take him, and he's going to be 11 at the end of January. That's going to take him until he's about to turn 16, and then I'll probably do one more, and at that point he'll be in college. So I might give it to him when he goes to college for him to keep up. We'll see if he gets into it. But so that is the 5-year, and so I'm really excited to get through this first year and more excited to start the second year. I know I frequently will comment that the only reason that I remain on social media platforms like Facebook is to get the memories that come up. And so I feel like this is going to be a version of that, except it's something that can be held and read through whenever someone wants. So this is going to be added for this year. So I'm going to have the Hobonichi 5-year, the Hobonichi cousin, and the Hobonichi day free. And that will be my 2023 planning system. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. I really appreciate the feedback that I get on my videos, and I try my best to respond to all comments. And also let me know if this is content that you're interested in seeing more of. Thanks.